Hello and welcome to episode number 10 in my new YouTube series, My Top 10 Slap Bass Riffs. As this is the final installment, I thought we'd look at something a little bit special. So this is going to be the opening section from Victor Wooten's track, Classical Thump. Now this is a tough one, but I maintain that it's not as bad as it sounds. Anyway, let's check it out first of all, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so first of all, we're going to take a look at the first 4 bars of this piece. This is going to be the A section. Now, in this part of the track, we're going to be outlining the basic chord progression that we're going to be then using throughout the B section and the C section. So I'm just going to play you bar number 1 first of all. So what I'm doing here is taking the notes from a G major chord, G, B, and D, and I'm slapping them. We've got 8 notes in the bar, all nice and even. We're keeping each one of them short by using fretting hand muting. So as soon as I've slapped a note, I'm just releasing it just to keep it short. We don't want long notes here, we want nice short punchy notes. So we have G, D, G, power chord, and then we've got the B on the top string. Now, although that note is on the top string, we are going to be playing it with the thumb, which is going to be a little bit unusual. Then we play the G and the B again. And then to finish off, G and D. That's our first bar. Moving to the second bar, the chord changes to C at this point. We slap through a C power chord. So C, G, and octave C. Then we play the B at the 4th fret, back to the C, back to the B, down to an A at the 2nd fret, and then down to a G on the 5th fret of the D string. Okay, let's hear bars 1 and 2 together. So remember, when you're playing that, keep everything very staccato, very short, very punchy. Moving into the third bar of the sequence, this is where we're playing a D major or a D dominant 7th kind of a sound. First thing we do is we're going to slap the D, 5th fret of the A string, and then we move to the G. This is a non-chord tone, but it kind of gives us a sus4 sound briefly. So D, G to C, all at the 5th fret. And then we play the F sharp, 4th fret of the D string. And for the rest of the bar, we just alternate between the F sharp and the C. Up. And then in the 4th bar of the sequence, we do the same as we did back in bar number 1. Okay, so bars 1 to 4 are going to sound like this. So every note is slapped, every note is equal in length, these are just quavers or 8th notes, and we're going to make each note staccato by employing some fretting hand muting just to shorten them off. Okay, now it's really important that you get that section down first, because the next 2 sections are going to be based on this. We're going to be just adding more notes or more iterations of the same note, but following that sequence of notes. So let's take a look at the B section. Now what we're going to be doing here is preceding every one of those notes with an open string. So at the beginning of the bar, rather than just playing that G, as we did last time, we're going to play an open E string and hammer on to the G. And we're going to do that for every note in this line. So in that first bar, we had the open E string hammering onto the G. We then have the open A string hammering onto the D. Open D string hammering to the G. open G string hammering to the B. Okay, so it's the same line as we had back in bar number 1, but we're preceding each one of the notes with an open string which then hammers on to the main chord tone. And you're going to carry on that logic throughout the B section. So once you can play the A section, once you have that main kind of chord progression under your fingers, although the B section is a step up in terms of difficulty, it's probably not as bad as you were thinking it's going to be. You're just going to be playing hammer-ons using the thumb, something that you'll have done in all kinds of other bass playing already. So hopefully that B section isn't going to be too bad for you. Now in the C section, again, we're taking the same sequence, but this time we're going to play triplets. So we're kind of doubling up again. So what we do here is we slap the open E string, hammer onto our chord tone, which in this case is going to be the G at the 3rd fret. So we have that. But this time your thumb is going to want to go through the E string to rest on the A, and then it's going to come up and strike the string again on the way up. It's going to give us a triplet, 1, 2, 3. It's a double thumbing technique. We're using an open string hammer-on and then a double thumbing technique. Let's hear it again. And again, that technique is then reused all the way through the C section. And again. Into the next bar. Into the 3rd bar. And then in the 4th bar we have something a little bit different. We're going to be using the same technique, but we're going to be coming down through a G major scale. We're going to go up to the G, 12th fret of the G string. So let's hear all of the C section together. See, I don't think it's as bad as it sounds. Okay, have fun with that one, guys. It's a tough one, but hopefully, as I said, it's not as bad as you were thinking it's going to be. Okay, thanks for checking this one out. See you soon. Okay, so we looked at a fairly tough exercise in this final installment of my YouTube series. If you're struggling with any of this, in particular the open string hammer-on technique and the double thumbing technique, do head over to Bassline Publishing and check out the advanced slap bass level video course, because it covers all of this stuff in excruciating detail. So if you're struggling with any of this, that video course will be a big help for you. Don't forget to also get over to the website, click on free stuff on the main menu to download the tab for this week's exercise. Okay, thanks for checking out this new YouTube series, and I'll see you soon.